Alright, I'm going to be walking you through today, folks, on changing out this tensioner. Now, okay, you're already thinking, he's already got it out. How the heck is he going to walk us through it? Because, realistically, I could not show you physically how to get this out because of where it's located. And the thing is that, yeah, you could take this. I could have probably taken the camera down there, and there's a few things that maybe you folks could do differently. Get that. But we've got the old one out. Why is the old one out? That right there. That noise. Okay. Time to put the jewelry away, folks, because this is how it's supposed to sound. No movement whatsoever. So, big thing you're going to need, folks. You're going to need a T50 in a socket. And there's two different kinds. There's your stubby T50, and then there's, your extended T50, your standard size. You're going to want the standard size because the stubby you can't get on because of the pulley. Okay? Now, I've tried to do it with the 1 1/4 extension. Too long. Okay? That much difference is the difference between you getting the bolt out and the bolt staying in. Now, I've even broke out my Torx style Allen keys. For some reason, I can't get the Torx style Allen key in there to actually turn it out. Now, this is the bolt. This is the actual bolt that holds the tensioner in. And that's what's going to go back in, is this bolt. But we're going to put some lubrication on that. We're just going to run some straight, motor oil with it. Nothing fancy. Same engine oil that you put in the motor. That's what we're putting on the bolt. Hey, kitty girl. Now, if you notice, I got the power steering fluid tank way the heck over here. Now, right in here is where it is. So, you're going to have to fish it. Let me go get the tensioner. You're going to have to fish it down in here where you go like this, and then you got to go 180 degrees around. That's the only way that you're going to get this to go in. You can't, you can try and make it go in this way, but it won't fit. You're going to have to go that way. So, keep that in mind when you're doing this tensioner job, that realistically, folks, why are you not looking at me? Realistically, folks, it's not a difficult job. It's a very time-consuming job. If you've never done this job before, dedicate 2 hours to it, okay? Between the time that you break open your tools to the time that this thing goes in the motor and is working, dedicate 2 hours. Minimum. So, and as for how the tensioner operates, it's just a standard 3/8 drive. So you'd put your 3/8 drive ratchet in there, and then you just pull it towards the cowl, and it'll come off. Make sure your ratchet is as far towards the power steering pump as possible, because if not, your ratchet will get stuck into the vacuum lines on the back side of the motor. I'll show you those now. Okay. Now there's a billion different ways, but the way that I took was, it's down here, and I should have had the ratchet more over here instead of over here, because as soon as I let the tension off the belt, it wanted to go way the heck up into here. So yeah, keep that in mind, that, you know, do it that way. Now, realistically, what are we gonna do? Well, okay, I'm gonna oil this bolt. Okay. Nice and coated. All those threads. So, now that we have that done, you're gonna have to use this to screw it in, and then you're gonna use your ratchet to tighten it. That's the only way that this is gonna work, because you actually got to take your ratchet off the socket and turn it out by hand to get it out. Sorry, it's the only way to get the bolt to come out, because you do not have enough room between the inner fender and the back end of your ratchet to actually get it out. So this will be a hand tool only job. You're not going to be able to do this with power tools. So go and invest in some hand tools if you ain't got any. So time pin, we're just going to put that there. Now, you do have an alignment stud here, and there should be a stud hole on the block. You're going to want to feel around and get that stud in there. Then you can start talking about really threading it. Now this is primarily a handsy-feely job, so get it in there, those few threads with the stud in the hole. I'm just going to bottom it out until I really can't get to it now. You'll see that you ain't got much room between the hoses here that are metal and that bolt. You know, and you also got to think about that tension or pulley. So realistically, you haven't got much working room. So and that's where you got to take your socket down here on its lonesome, and you gotta now this is a 3-liter Duratec motor. This is not the Vulcan. Okay. That's installed. Now you can take your ratchet, righty tighty lefty loosey, there. Make sure that it's nice and tight, because you know you don't want this thing flying off at Mach speed at you. So the big flange nuts, they go on first, remember. Then this is what holds the bracket on at the bottom, the little one. So I know that this was a quick, short video, but thanks for watching. Please subscribe, and we'll see you on the next one.